We have records of professional playwrights like George Peele staging productions of plays at colleges like Oxford and Cambridge. Does this mean that universities and colleges performed plays like the ones we see at the Globe? There's a question. Let's find out right now on That Shakespeare Life. We see major professional playwrights like Marlowe and Kidd graduating from colleges like Oxford and Cambridge, and it seems their education may have influenced their professional life, since performances were a major part of university offerings for the 16th and 17th century. Unlike professional playhouses, however, the master of the revels, who was in charge of controlling what was allowed to be performed or not whenever you were at a public playhouse or certainly before a monarch, actually had no jurisdiction on university performances. That means that the rules are entirely different about what you could perform when you staged a play at a college. One of the places these performances were held were in dining halls, including this one from Christ Church, Oxford. You may recognize this particular dining hall from the Harry Potter movies, and unlike some professional playhouses, many of these university performance venues not only survive today, but are currently being used by these universities. This one at Christ Church, Oxford is still holding events some 400 years after it was being used in Shakespeare's lifetime. Playwright William Gager and George Peele worked together to perform a play at the university in 1583, and there was more than a little competition between professional playwrights and university ones, with some evidence suggesting Shakespeare may have even seen some university dramas. Textual investigations suggest that William Gager's version of a play by Seneca made its way into the character of Hamlet for Shakespeare. Later, in 1605, there was a production performed at Oxford that shows King James arriving at the university to make a visit. He walks up and is greeted by three students who start telling him about a prophecy involving a man named Macbeth and Banquo. We don't know for sure if those are the influences on Shakespeare's versions of these plays, but they're certainly tantalizing bits of evidence. Despite some textual influences, we know there wasn't much love lost between professional playhouses and the college and university players. There are records of where the colleges are actually trying to prevent their students from going and seeing professional plays at playhouses, and they go even one step further of actually paying the playing companies to take their performances somewhere else and not to perform them in the towns of Oxford and Cambridge because they were afraid their students would go see it and they didn't want them to. It seems clear there was more than a little bit of the Montague versus the Capulet situation going on here between university dramas and playhouses in general. But if Shakespeare's works are anything to go by, they seem to have influenced one another anyway. If you want to learn more about university dramas and how they were performed during Shakespeare's lifetime, then check out our podcast episode with Daniel Blank. Daniel Blank is an assistant professor at Durham University, and he just completed a book on university dramas. His book dives into the history of who was performing where, what they performed, and why. And we discuss all of these things in our episode with him. You can find the link to that on the screen or below this video. If you like random facts about Shakespeare's lifetime and diving into what it was really like to walk around on the inside of a playhouse like the Globe or Christ Church, Oxford, then you will really like hanging out here on our channel. We're here every week with weird words from Shakespeare on Wednesday, and then I'm back on Saturdays with facts from Shakespeare's lifetime, and we also explore games, recipes, and crafts from the life of William Shakespeare that you can do yourself at home. It's always a big Shakespeare party up here at That Shakespeare Life. So if that sounds like fun to you, then check out some of these other episodes that we've done. You'll really like them. And of course, subscribe to our channel because we're here every week. That's it for this time. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.